Hi, my name is Leah, and this is my first video that I'm making. I'm going to be doing a video blog, and I wanted to, kind of share what I'm doing and a little bit about who I am, and, maybe this journey that I am going through will help people who have similar things going on for them. So let me just kind of break it down who I am and what this is about. Um, First of all, I'm Leah. I'm going to be 45 years old in June. Right now, today, it is Mother's Day. It is May 14th, 2017. Um, I am a teacher. I teach kids with learning disabilities, and I teach elementary school. I love that. I love the kids. It's really rewarding. It's hard to be a teacher. A lot of times it's a stressful job. And I know you get the summers off, and I'm not even going to get on that tangent. But anyway, yeah, it's a stressful job, and a lot of people have a lot of health problems from having that stress. And along with the stress and the health problems, we have less time to do things because we're worried about working on paperwork and making sure things are done in time for the next day. And there's just so many things that really, it's just a lot. Anyway, that's not really what this video is about, but it kind of leads to some things that have been going on with me. Now, I'm going to tell you right now what this is about. There's a couple of things that it's about. One is I'm a vegetarian, and I have been a vegetarian for about 2.5 years now. I did a year of vegetarian college, and I figured if I can do 1 year, I can do anything. And it did prove to be a great year. I did go back to eating meat, but I was doing it for health reasons only. So, as with anything, sometimes you just fall off that wagon. You're like, well, maybe if I introduce a little bit of meat back, it won't be a problem. But the second go around was different for me. It was more of a compassionate and ethical decision that I made, along with health, because don't get me wrong, I believe that eating a plant-based diet is probably the way to go. But anyway, I remember it was 2014. It was Thanksgiving, and I was preparing the turkey, and it's really gross when you do it. You're taking out a little bag, and it's got the contents of the turkey's insides and the neck, and I make a great turkey, like, when I cook, but I pulled that turkey stuff out, and I looked at that little guy, and I said, hey, this is the last time. You are the last one. For me, anyway. So that was the last weekend, that Thanksgiving weekend of 2014, where I just said, I am not going to eat meat because it's an animal. It wants to live, and I'm eating it. And I don't really feel like getting too much into that whole thing. That's a whole nother conversation, which I have a big opinion about, but really that's not what this is even about. So like I said, I'm 45 years old, coming up next month. I weigh somewhere between 270 and 280. And I say that because it fluctuates every day. I pretty much weigh myself, and it's either 272, and then I'm happy, 276. And I pretty much have weighed that for years. I've gotten down into the 240s once, and I thought I was so skinny. But you know, really, you don't have to work too hard to stay at your same weight. And, you know, even though I'm eating vegetarian, that doesn't always mean constantly healthy. I mean, there's a lot of great things in a vegetarian diet. I am leaning more towards the vegan lifestyle. I haven't really gone all the way with that. Problem is I like eggs. But I'm going to be honest with you, milk and cheese wise, I'm really low on that. I don't really eat that very often. And the eggs are probably the one holdout, I think. I don't go too crazy about it because sometimes, you know, like you go out and there might be something in it. And anyway, you know, I want to really focus on this video. It's not so much about the ethical reasons or the compassion. For me it is, but I mean, that's not what this video is about. This video is about trying to change my lifestyle in a way that is more conducive to the kind of lifestyle I want to live. You know, with life comes bills, and with bills, unfortunately, comes debt, and with debt comes stress and work and more work to try to pay off the bills and the stress and the due dates, and there's so many things that just go along with that cause stress, and stress is not good for your body. Causes all kind of chemicals to be released that harden arteries, and I mean, it really is a bad deal. So as you can see behind me here, I'm a little cluttery. I am eclectic, I would say. I'm an artist. And I like the artsy kind of eclectic bohemian kind of Cracker Barrel meets bookstore look in my house. Definitely not a minimalist. Do like a lot of the initiatives that a minimalist have, as far as like being less cluttery, then your mind is less cluttery, and I'm all for that, and I believe that that's true. And matter of fact, this summer I am going to spend some time focusing on actually clearing out the clutter in my house. Now, I may not get rid of my books and stuff like that, but I am going to really start investing time into really going through those things that I don't need, like that don't make me happy, that clutter up my life, like old electric bills and stuff that I've had filed, and because I thought I needed them or something, or it made me feel like I was a grown-up or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on decluttering. I'm not a hoarder by any means, no. I am eclectic and weird. I mean, that's all I can describe it. You can see right here behind me I have a bunch of stuff, but it's all cutesy, and too much cutesy sometimes is too much, but whatever. It's my style. So I am going to go through things. I'm going to go through clothes that aren't serving me anymore. And I'm going to start really focusing on trying to do things more simply, and making a house that is comfortable to come into, but is also functional, and that has the things that I like, the things that make me happy, the memories that I have from some of the stuff from my dad and my family and my grandparents, and just, you know, those things that bring good memories and stuff like that. So anyway, that's one of my goals for the summer. The other thing is I'm working on kind of clearing my calendar. I have been always involved in something, and I think I'm an extrovert, and I enjoy being around people. I have fun. I like to be going out. I like to sing And I have always had a very busy schedule. There's always practicing and different things that I do that go along with the art of just practicing and singing. And I really feel like this is a time in my life, especially for the summer coming up, that I'm going to release some of that commitment that I've been having. I kind of started it already a little bit, but I really feel like this overcommitment that I've been doing is really just causing me stress. It's been causing me worry because I have to be there, I have to go. It hasn't allowed me to be very spontaneous at all, and I'm very spontaneous. I try to be, but I feel like I've just gotten stagnant, and I feel like you know, when you just feel like you're going in a circle and you're doing the same thing over and over again, and there's just a lot of commitments that I've had that I want to just make sure that I'm really happy doing all the things that I'm doing. I've been starting to go to yoga on Mondays at a place here by my house, and I've really started to like that because I like the stretching and the movement. I enjoy swimming. I'm going to start doing that. This summer is going to be about me and my body, my health. I really am going to be working on plant-based this summer. I usually say I'm going to do a vegan summer, then it turns into like 2 weeks, then it turns into 2 days, and then it's over. And nothing changes. Well, this time I'm kind of really excited about it. I feel like there's a lot of changes in me that have been happening, and they're good. I mean, I think they're spiritual changes. They're mental, they're health changes, and I want to be on the upward swing. I mean, 45 years old, you're, right in the middle there, and I really want it to be the middle. I don't want it to be close to the end, and I think continuing on with the weight and the stress and the hecticness, I think that can really affect that. I mean, and I'm not saying anything that nobody doesn't know. I don't think I said that right, but you know what I mean. I'm not saying anything you don't know. But for me, it's been, these past few weeks have been pretty interesting. I was going to church the other morning. I sing in the choir at a Methodist church, and I love that. I also attended church in St. Pete, which I haven't been going to quite as much because of the distance mostly, and it's on Saturday night, and for me that's a little hard. But for now it's just just a thing I've got to do for me. I just started to drive to church the other day on Sunday morning, and I had been going all week. There was something every night, and it had been for a while, and I said to myself as I'm driving over, I can't do this today. I just can't go and be a part of one more thing, even though as good as it is. I mean, it's wonderful. I love it. I just can't do another commitment. And I turned the car around and I texted my friend. I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm going to the beach." And I said, "Come get me." And it was a great day, And I just think that I want to have more of those kinds of days. Not that I want to shirk all of my commitments all the time, and not that I don't like being involved in things, but I do want to start really being focused on what commitments I want to make, what's a priority for me, and what is really healthy. So unbusying myself and making myself available for the things that I want to do. So that's another thing. So working on my health, I'm going to be doing a lot of vegan and raw this summer. There's so many reasons, and I'll probably do more videos to explain that. And hopefully some of those things will maybe connect with you. Anyway, so I'm also going to be posting videos on my declutterization, because that is a huge stress reliever. And anyway, so that's kind of where it's at. And more exercise for me, I think, is important. I like swimming, bicycle riding. The yoga has been great. Just stuff like that really just is, for me, swimming is great because not only are you getting the wonderful workout, it's easy on the joints, and it's really very meditative for me. It really is a time to quiet myself because there's nothing else to do other than be with your own thoughts. And typically I swim and do laps for somewhere between an hour and an hour and a half. And during that time that I've been doing that, I've really been kind of within myself and praying and thinking and meditating and just kind of reevaluating me, you know. And now that the coldness is over, the winter is past, I'm going to really be focused on that because I think that's kind of like a really good time of solitude and just being with myself. And there's really nothing to think about other than things that I want to think about and things that I want to focus on. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing. Yoga is good. I need to stretch. And I think that has been a good winter replacement, especially for the swimming because, you know, quite frankly, I didn't do a lot of anything during the winter as far as exercise goes, and that's pretty bad. But anyway, so those are the things I'm going to be working on, and I want to see some significant changes in my body. I think the thing that really spurred me this morning is there's a diner by my house that I like to go to, and typically I go there and I get whatever, eggs and grits or like a pancake or whatever, and some coffee. And I like to go there. It's a neighborhood place, and you know, it's like they know you when you go in. They're like, okay, your coffee and water. You know, they kind of know you already. And I like that. You know, that's fun. I like to give back to local businesses and to support those local businesses in the community. And anyway, so I was sitting at the table, and I bring a book, and I'm reading or whatever. And I look over, and there's a man sitting over, kind of an older guy, and he kind of has his shirt up under the table. And that's weird, you know. So I looked over, and I realized what he was doing was giving himself like an insulin shot in his stomach. And, you know, I thought to myself, you know, really, I don't want to go there. I don't want to be poking myself with anything, you know, and thank goodness, you know, health-wise, I have been really pretty healthy and I have no complaints. But I just don't want to go down that road, and if I can help it. And I think that 45, you know, I always say that, hey, you know, I need to do this, I need to do that. And it kind of happens for a little while, but then it stops. So my focus is for this summer to really start focusing on me, focusing on my body, focusing on my mind, my home, and to really just make my house, my mind, and my body just a beautiful place to live. All of those things are part of me. They're the expression of me, and I want my expression to be joy and love and peace, less stress, and health. So with this being the first video, I hope that you will be joining me in this journey. I have a lot of really great ideas. I just never do them. So this summer and this video series going forward, hopefully way past summer, is going to be a summer of renewal, revitalization, a refreshing for my body, my home, my house, my spirit, my mind. And I hope that as I am continually inspired by these things, that you also will be inspired, and that we together can go on this journey and this adventure, and to just really make a new life for ourselves of health and joy. So, well, thank you for joining me. I know this was a long one, and they probably won't all be this long. I don't know. But anyway, health, peace, love, joy. Let them be yours and let them be mine. Thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful, wonderful summer, this summer 2017. Join me.